Okay, so before we start, ma'am, can you please give a brief intro about yourself?
Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Madhumati Kolagotla. I'm the franchisee owner and director of Bachpan a Play School, which is in Mapsa, Goa. Yes. It is a play school wherein we cater kids from 2 to 6 years of age in different levels. We basically give concentrate on early childhood education.
You concentrate on?
Early childhood education.
Early childhood education. I mean, is it nursery like that?
Yes. It is of playgroup, nursery, lower kindergarten, and upper kindergarten, low KG education. It's basically nurturing the younger minds.
Okay. So, you focus on early childhood education only for nursery student, or do you provide for higher education also?
No, we have only, it's a preschool wherein we prepare the child for the actual schooling. It starts from the first standard, actual academic.
Okay. Your voice is breaking a little bit. It's not so easy to understand what you're saying actually.
I'm sorry. Today
Okay, so
it's actually internet network.
So how did this idea came to your mind to create Bachpan School?
Yes, basically I'm a postgraduate. My qualification is I'm a postgraduate in organic chemistry. When I started my career, I started as a tuition teacher actually, giving chemistry and math classes for 10th and 10th, 11th and 12th. But then I realized something like by the child, the age comes to 16 years, it's the child brain is already developed. And it is very difficult to make him understand the aspects of life in a proper way. So what I realized is anything to start from that has to be from the grassroots level, that is from the school level. That is how decided, and that's when the idea has come to me that I should start from the basic education, that is of the nursery level. Because nursery kids, what I have noticed is like, they are very open to learn without being any judgmental, they are just the way how we are giving, and they beautifully learn the things.
So how are
that
you?
is how and when. Yeah,
You can continue.
Yeah, that is how, especially when we start with the nursery education, we start with the gross motor skill development, fine motor skills development, and starting pre-writing skills. It is the way how they learn is really very beautiful. I'm very happy that I started this preschool.
So how are you planning to expand it beyond?
Actually, this is a very interesting topic, question which you asked me. My school is located in a small town, and which is surrounded by different villages. When I noticed kids traveling 10 to 15 kilometers to reach a play school, then the idea of starting a preschool in each and every village. Now, very soon it will be implemented. So that every village there should be a play school, that is basically a Montessori based play school, which is very soon I'll be implementing in that. Now all the plan, everything is ready. Soon we are going on board with this idea, so that kids do not have to travel along. Just
Ma'am, you're muted, I guess. Ma'am, your audio is disconnected. Joining again. Ma'am, can you hear me?
I'm very today. Actually, my network is not supporting me.
You got your audio got disconnected, I guess.
Oh, video got disconnected. Wait, I'll just start the
One thing you
video.
can do, you can switch off your video. That I guess that would be okay. If your network
Yes,
is too
that
low, you
would
can
be
switch off your
okay, right?
video and then say.
Yes. So am I clear now? Am I audible now?
Yes, you're audible now.
Yes. Okay. Thanks. Okay. So that is how, and not only that, in every village there are women who could not travel to city maybe because of their responsibilities. What I'm trying to do is educated graduate, a women graduate who cannot travel to city, who cannot do any job even after becoming a graduate. I want to connect the. I want to give an opportunity for the graduates to start a school with basic training and everything, so that every woman from that particular village, women from that particular village not only will be starting her own play school, not only that, and the surrounding kids also can go to that play school in that particular village itself without traveling 10 to 15 kilometers to the city. So that is the basic idea. And hello.
Yes, you got disconnected again.
Yes, I'm very sorry for that. I just can't help it in this
Okay, you
today.
can continue.
Yes. So that is the basic idea of expansion. Now I'm planning to launch 4 to 5 school at a time for the academic year, for the coming academic year. So definitely soon I will be on board with more play schools in the villages.
Okay, audience, anyone has any question? Anyone? Adarsh, Aryan, Ashish, Shraddha, anyone has any question? You can write in the chat box or you can ask directly. Okay, so I guess no one has any question. So, okay, so ma'am, why do you think that it is necessary to create entrepreneurial mindset among Indian audience? Why do you think that Indian people, especially youngsters, should be motivated to start their own business to become more entrepreneur in future?
I will yes. Actually, the science and technology has developed a lot in India. Now, Indian students are capable of turning their ideas into business. Now, government is really encouraging a lot to, through these incubation cells and everything, to start their own businesses. The idea to convert into a business is it requires a lot of skills, right? So I think now Indian students or Indian graduates who are passing out has that capacity to be able to do that. And now the times are being changed now. And I think the government is supporting a lot through the startup cells and incubation centers for this purpose. And it is very much needed also now, because the brain drain, to stop that. Even all the companies are that run by almost all the top officials, management companies are run by Indian students, graduates, right? So we do have that capacity to start our own to become an entrepreneur, successful entrepreneurs. I think this is the right time also.
Okay, so Saif Ansari has a question, that is, what is your scaling strategy? What is your expansion strategy?
What is my expansion strategy?
Yes.
Yes, very good. As I said, right, every village, right, has, see, education is something like, it is a basic need, requirement, right? So what is my expansion strategy is, right, I'm the part of a women's group. So I am empowering, this is also a women empowerment and coming up with the childhood education. So I'm combining these two and coming up with this idea. There, in every village, there are educated women who are unable to do their jobs because of many reasons. So it is an opportunity for them. So I think this is my strategy I'm putting ahead to reach. My target is 100 schools, and that too I'm targeting Goa now. There are 196 villages. My target is to reach 100 schools. And my main aim is to empower women and to connect that with the early childhood education. That too with the no fees, with the very less fees, with a very nominal fees. A parent should pay a very nominal fees. So combining these three, I'm coming up with a good plan. So that is what is my strategy as of now.
Okay, anyone else? Any question? You can write in the chat box or directly ask. Any question, anyone? Okay, so what do you think is the most important skill that is required to become an entrepreneur?
Yes, again, you should be able to make right decision at the right time. You should be a strong decision maker. And also you should be a good team leader also. Before you become a, you should be able to lead your team. Basically, as I run a very small play school with a small team, and it is very difficult to lead the small teams. That is what is my experience. So you should be able to lead your team, and also you should be flexible flexible and creative as per the changing times. Suppose, for example, initially our play school was in the offline mode, right? All of a sudden, because of this COVID lockdown and all, we had to online. It was very challenging initially to go online for the preschoolers. But ours is a proven system. Ours is a proven program, homeschooling program. And I could tell you, all the parents have supported us a lot. And now we just have resumed the classes for the physical classes. And each and every student is like, they have been learning. There is no change in the learning thing. But the learning was never stopped. So because I could be yes, you need to be very.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear
you. We need to be very creative, and also not only that, financial planning is also very much required.
Okay, so Shubham More has a question, that is there any special reason for targeting the preschool kids?
No, it is my personal interest that preschool kids will be nurtured, nourished, and it is easy to get the all-round development in the child. So once the child is molded, then for his academics, like, even in the higher studies, that will be reflected. How did you, how did you approach your customers, that is parents, like how was the response at first, and were parents ready for something different like this in the villages? Oh, okay. This is my expansion plan actually. As of now, we are in the small town. This is a question from Samyukta Raut.
Sanyukta Raut.
Here is a question from Samyukta Raut. How did you approach your customers, that is parents?
Very bad network.
Okay. It is just my future expansion idea. As of now, we are in the town, and yes, as of now, Bachpan, they are very much supportive. The response is excellent because we are very practical, and not only that, we have the education Montessori methodology. The methodology is what we have is a combined methodology and Montessori methodologies. So it is a very proven model, and the parents are very happy with us.
Okay. So, okay. So coming to what you said before, that for you need to be a very good team leader. So can you
Yes.
give an example of a good team leader? How can a person become a good leader?
Yes, of course. See, though I'm the owner of my preschool, I'm the founder, director of owner of my preschool. Basically, I don't treat them as my staff, first of all, at my personal level. I treat them as like my team, right? When we say it as a team, definitely everyone will work together like a team only, and that there is no differentiation like boss and employee. Here it is a team. That is the reason I always believe in that working as a team gives us always good results. Suppose it's a very small team we have now, and apart from teaching, the basic role of a teacher is basically teaching. But apart from teaching, we do share different responsibilities on different time basis. For 15 days, one teacher will be taking care of these particular responsibilities, and that responsibility will be rolling on for every 15 days. For every 15 days. So apart from teaching, they're also giving their best, and also in my school, what I should tell you, there is no fixed timings for teachers. Only the output. I'm looking for only for the output, right? I'm looking for only for the output. Once that is done, I don't ask for them to stay back till 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock. It is nothing like that. So I have seen teachers sitting there till 5 o'clock, even on Saturdays, because of the freedom which I give to them, right? So this is because it is a small team. I experiment a lot to maintain the cooperation, that energy within the team.
Okay. So
and not only see, for any simple events which we do every day, it's basically play school is an activity based system. So every day we need to have a different set of activities. I will tell you one example. Just before the lockdown, we did one annual day. It's a sports day, annual sports day for preschoolers. The kind of the appreciation I got from a sports director, one of the directors of Goa, what he said, the work what you have done, your 90 to 100 people are government employees. If the same event has to be done in a government school or any other event, with a less number of staff, we are getting the good results because of the teamwork what we are doing.
So speaking about the task, that how do you assign them tasks? Do you give them a deadline that within this particular date you have to complete that task, or do you say that you can take your time to complete the task?
No, I will assign everything very much well in advance. Suppose our annual day comes in the month of March. We start planning from the month of December. So that is how they will also get time. And if we have time, they will be more creative. They give their best. So for that reason, we need to be very the team leader has to be very, very strategic. For 1 year calendar will be done much prayer for that. And now now this month we have annual day. We started working from December. So the planning is very much important.
Okay. So I guess Sanyukta has another question, that is how much of a task it was to shift online during pandemic?
How much of a task it was to shift online during pandemic? You mean to say task by teachers or activities done by the students? Because it is hard to manage kids in person. No, it is not hard to manage kids in person. It is not at all. Then it must be more harder online. No, not at all. I completely disagree with what Ms. Samyukta is saying. It is not at all harder to deal with kids. They are very loving, caring. That is what, whatever the teacher gives, it reciprocates. The kind of love and attention what teacher gives. It's a completely different atmosphere altogether. Bachpan, all the teacher, each and every staff, each and every team member, starting from the teachers to the caretakers, they're very loving, passionate to be in that atmosphere. So that is the reason why it reciprocates everywhere from each and every child. And you should see when online class was going on, I have a student whose father is a professor of MBA in one of the Goa University of Management. He has 290 students with him. He was surprised initially when we said, like, preschool also is can be preschool also is continued with online classes. He was surprised, and first he wanted to try for 2 classes. Now he is the happiest father that he could engage the child in a positive and constructive way, even in the lockdown. He's the happiest parent now. He's the happiest father. Now the child is been with us past 1 year. Now the child is promoted to upper KG also. So he's very happy. So whatever the way how we are giving, it reciprocates from the kids. It is not harder. Even in the online, so it was not at all harder, because they know how to be independent. Because of the online classes, what had happened is kids become independent and kids become more systematic. Especially for the online class, I'm talking about this. And also they know they know how to communicate when the classes was happening also. Even in the online classes, they know everything, when to mute, unmute, showing thumbs up, all whatever, what the way how teacher was communicating, they were very communicable. So I don't say it is harder. It was much, and also the kind of activities what we have been giving also has changed now. Initially, there will be many teaching aids in the classroom, so that teacher can use those things for the teaching purpose. But because at home, they do not have all the similar toys and all. So we started giving some interesting activities, like, count all the, just go and find fruits, pick any 5 fruits and come show in the online class. And also one activity which we have given, I'm very happy to share with this also. Observe the moon from the day of Amavasya to Paurnami and draw it in a notebook till full moon day. So kids used to every day watch the shape of the moon and draw it in their notebook and submit the project by 15th day. So this is what out of the box we could think, and connecting the child to the nature, connecting the child to the surroundings, connecting the child to the family members. So that is how it was very, initially it was challenging to convince teachers, to convince parents to go online. But later now everyone is settled and very happy about, so that the learning was never stopped. And it was structured.
Okay, so anyone has any more question? Great to know that it went well in online mode as well. Okay. Anyone has any question? Okay, no question. Okay, so ma'am, do you believe that is it possible for anyone to become an entrepreneur?
Yes, anyone can become an entrepreneur for me, provided if we learn few skills. See, anything can be learned, right? The skills can be the skills can be developed. That interest we should have, and it is not so easy anyone to become an entrepreneur. But yes, they can become an entrepreneur provided they are consistent in learning, they are open with the challenges, all that, then definitely yes.
Okay. So when you so as you said that even government are supporting Indian student to become entrepreneur, and they have started many incubation cells, and apart from that their Shark Tank India is also released that is promoting more entrepreneur. So why do you think that Indian parents are still forcing their kids to go for a job, 9 to 5 job or government job? How do you think that their mindset can be changed?
Yes, it is a very important question and important thing even for the parents to think about it. Yes, even now parents, because the journey of an entrepreneur is always a roller coaster ride. Right? Initially, it will be more of challenges, more of risks, and all. But even the output, though the journey is very challenging, the result is it gives name, fame, financial freedom, and everything. So I think now this is the high time for parents also to think doing 9 to 5 job should not be only the future of their child. But I think it has been started little, it is changing.
Let's wait.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, ma'am, you're saying?
Yeah, I don't think now parents are still thinking like that, but slowly there is a change in their thought process. I could see that. Because there are many people, many youngsters coming up with different startups and taking different challenges and venturing into new projects. I could see many people doing that, but still there need to be more changes expected sooner from the Indian parents.
So when you started, so what were the initial challenges that you faced? Did you face any challenge from your family or anything like that?
Okay. My family was really very supportive, but the thing about the challenges I faced is like, finding the good location and even the getting the permissions, required permissions, and even finding a good team also was really challenging. After all these things, finding a good team, if I would interview 100 people, I used to get one proper rightful candidate for my school as a teacher. So that's how it was really challenging initially. But later, slowly, now I don't feel there are challenges anymore. It's a process. It's a recurring process to recruit it. So this is a journey. There is no beginning, there is no end, and there are no. It's not like that. Today it's all fine, and tomorrow morning something will come up. Just like this, internet won't support. Though everything is ready, for online classes, this was the toughest thing what we faced. So the journey was, I don't say it is very challenging now, but initially, yes, there were many initial hiccups, like what I said, getting the permissions and all. And not only that, because I'm not from a local, I'm from different place, I had to come and settle in Goa. So initially, because I'm not from local place, also I faced really different challenges. But now I don't. I'm extremely sorry for all these
No, no,
inconvenience,
it's okay.
but I can't
We
help
can
it.
cooperate. We can cooperate. Not an issue.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. So you finished what you are saying?
Yes, yes, yes. I'm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess Imran Ansari has another question. That is, what is the primary goal of Bachpan to create discipline, empathy, etc., like in Finland and Japan?
Yes. I don't say. Sorry. What is it? Mr. Empathy and.
So what is the primary goal of Bachpan? Is it to create discipline, empathy, like that? So, ma'am, can you hear me? You are muted.
Yes. 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 Sorry. Okay. Apart from discipline, empathy, the Indian traditions and culture are very deeply. This is very much important to inculcate, because they are very strong and very deeply, very much important. Now, Western countries are realizing the importance of Indian culture and tradition. So, apart from these, this is also important to make our kids aware of Indian traditions and culture with modern science and technology. So that is why I think, like, not discipline and empathy are very much required as a human being, but also as being Indians. I think we should also have that knowledge of Indian culture and traditions, for which, yes, Bachpan is working for that. And that is why in our new plan, which is coming up, we are including Sanskrit also as a subject.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else? Any more question? Anyone want to ask any question? You can ask directly or write in the chat box. Okay, so one more question for you. That is, what would be your piece of advice for any aspiring entrepreneur?
Oh, yes. First of all, you need to plan what you're doing. It's not simply an idea cannot be converted into a business, a financially viable business, unless and until you have some plan, strategy, tech support, team, everything. So basically, you need to have a proper planning team. And so that is all important, and proper mindset. Entrepreneurial mindset is also very much important. You cannot think like an employee. Now, if you're an entrepreneur, your job will be 24/7. There is no shortcut for that. So all that you need to be prepared mentally, that yes, I will be doing that. Then only you can become, anyone can become an entrepreneur. Otherwise, it is very difficult.
So how do you think a person can develop that entrepreneurial mindset?
Yes, I already see, it is very much important to have that interest first. And initially, to talk about, there are different trainings available, right, to skill development. See, once you have a personality, then you have more confidence, then you have knowledge about what you're selling or what you're manufacturing or what you're doing. You need to have a complete knowledge about that. And then, and not only that, uh, there are different incubation centers are there. Initially, anyone anybody who wants to start any startup or something, we can get registered over there, right? They will really guide us through a proper way, to convert our ideas to a business. So it is very much important. There are different channels now to create that mindset and to have that. Okay. So I think especially you need to have that to start and to face the challenge, to accept the risk. These are all the things which are very much important.
Okay.
So, yes.
Anyone, any last question? Any question, anyone? Okay, I guess no question. Okay, ma'am. So anyway, thank you so much for joining. I would be ending the session now. It was a great talking with you. Great discussion. I would send you the recording.
Thank you so much for having. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yes.
For having me startup night.
Startup
Night,
night out.
night.
Startup night out.
And yes, all the very best. Yes. Startup Night Out. Yes, and all the very best to all the young entrepreneurs who have joined with us. And yes, you all will have a great future as an entrepreneur in future India. I know you will be adding more value to the future economics of India.
Sure. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Good night.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you everyone for joining.
Good night to you. Good night, everyone.